So this week I've put a question on in the Facebook group that I manage, asking about whether you as a teacher pays yourself, or you think you pay yourself enough. Do you pay yourself a reasonable salary? And one of the teachers actually mentioned that she's more interested right now in paying the bills, paying the heating bills, and paying her instructors. And then whatever's left, she takes off as a salary, as whatever profit she makes is her salary. And that got me really to question on whether or not any teacher, so of course I'm not here to debunk or to put down any teachers in the industry. I'm here to try and learn from the questions that I'm asking in the Facebook group, and I'm trying to figure out really what is lacking in us creating decent, profitable businesses. Where are we failing to create a business that actually pays us well, pays us enough, pays us a really decent income before we even have to worry about paying the bills or paying instructors and making sure that we're staying afloat? So it really boils down to one huge big thing that I'm finding that many teachers are not even, or studio owners rather, are not even getting to even think about when they start their business. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Anita Horry. I am second generation Pilates teacher trainer and business mentor and coach for Pilates teachers and wellness entrepreneurs, to help them live a life of their dreams while managing a super profitable business, but at the same time creating this healthy work-life balance where they are running their business and not letting their businesses run them. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some amazing tips on how you should be running a healthy business by doing one huge thing. Now, if you like the video so far, I really would appreciate if you did hit the like and subscribe to our channel, because in that way we can make sure that other teachers, other studio owners, other wellness providers out there are able to view the video. That's how YouTube algorithms work. So the more people like the channel, the more people subscribe, the more people can actually watch the video. Remember, I don't get anything out of doing these videos. This is all informative information for you. So I would appreciate if you actually hit the like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's go straight to my point. One thing that many business owners are lacking is a decent business plan. So having a proper business plan, whether you're new to the industry, whether you are just dabbling into doing Pilates and teaching Pilates part-time, maybe doing Pilates as a sideline from your full-time job, or whether you actually have a full brick and mortar studio and you have Pilates teachers working for you, maybe you're subletting out to maybe yoga teachers on other wellness providers, maybe you're subletting to physiotherapists or massage therapists, you have to have a business plan. It is super important, and this is where many businesses fail. They fail because of lack of strategy. They fail because of lack of focus. They fail because we are trying to be everything to everybody, and we can't do that. We just can't do that. So how can we make sure that we have a decent business plan and manage to pay ourselves above everybody else? Now, if you've never done a business plan, you might feel super overwhelmed about how to do a business plan. And you think, well, how do I start? Where do I start? How do I go about this? Do I contact my accountant? Do I let my accountant do that for me? Yeah, accountants can do it for you. But there are certain things about the business plan that are super determined by your personality, by your individuality, and the accountant cannot get that for you. So don't just think that you need to do a business plan just to provide to your lenders or to any investors in your business. You need a business plan to see how your business is going to go ahead. Where do you plan to be? This is why it's called a plan. Have you ever heard of a sports performer who just goes into the game without actually planning how they're going to be doing it? You know, every single person who's a pro in their business, in their profession, in their sport, in their whatever it is, they plan it well because they want to make sure that they excel in it. So you don't see an athlete just going on the track and then just thinking, yes, okay, let's hope and let's pray that everything's going to work out for us. No, they plan it, and they need to plan stages of their game. And the same with us business owners. We have to have plans to get through stages. So our plan's going to be, where do I want to be in the next year? Where do I want to be in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever that might be. This is super important for you to understand to have a very profitable business. Now, a business plan is typically a document that is going to explain how you're going to be achieving your goals. The goals could be financial, they could be strategic, they could be market goals, they could be also personal goals. Now, the business plan is not going to include any of your personal goals, but you definitely have to address your business plan with your personal goals in mind. So if your personal goals are to create a better work-life balance, then you're going to need to create a business plan that's going to allow you to detach from the business, so then you'll be able to employ others or subcontract services to others, so then you'll be able to detach yourself from your business and have that better work-life balance. So I hope you get my drift. Okay, let's get right into a business plan format that I'm going to share with you to help you understand how you need to create your business plan. So most business plans include mainly the following sections. First section is executive summary. Now, the executive summary is arguably the most important section of the entire business plan. Essentially, it's the overview or introduction written in a way to grab target clients' attention and guide them through the rest of the business plan, which may be dozens or even hundreds of pages long. So most executive summaries are going to include the mission statement. Now, the mission statement is very, very important to clarify why you're there in business, what you're planning to do, who do you want to help, and why. How do you want to help them? Then there's the business history and leadership. If you have an LLC, which is a company, you will be discussing the company. But since most of us are sole traders, this has to sell us what experience do we have to be able to run the business. Then looking at competitive advantage and overview. So that means, what's our superpower? Why do you want people to practice with you and not competitors? What is your competitive advantage, essentially? Next are financial projections. So what is going to be your projected turnover? What's going to be your projected profit? And what projected expenses are you going to be incurring over a specific period of time? And then it's the business goals. So we are in business with a goal in mind. So we need to figure out what our ultimate goal is. Now, this has to be measured in time. So where do you want to be in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, or maybe 10 years? So if you're planning to start or expand a small business, preparing a business plan is still very crucial. The plan should include all the major factors of your business. You can check out a little gift that I've got for you at the end of this video, and to give you an idea of how to create a business plan for your own business. Next in our marketing plan is our market opportunity. So this is where you'll detail the opportunity in the market. Where is the gap in the industry? Where is the gap in your area? Or maybe in the market that you plan to penetrate? And how will your sessions or other services that you offer fill that gap? So in this section, you might include the size of the market, and the current or potential market share, trends in the industry and consumer behavior, where the gap is, what caused the gap, how you intend to fill it. And then to get through the understanding of the market opportunity, you'll want to conduct a TAM, which is a total addressable market analysis. And that's going to be the total market demand for your sessions. You'll also conduct a SAM, which is short for serviceable addressable market. And this analysis is the most useful for businesses to objectively estimate the portion of the market that they acquire to determine their targets. And some analysis is going to be the serviceable obtainable market analysis. Now, unless you're a monopoly, you most likely cannot capture 100% of your serviceable addressable market. Even if you only have one competitor, it would still be extremely difficult to convince an entire market to only buy your product or service. So serviceable obtainable market is most useful for businesses to determine the short-term growth targets. And of course, you'll then need to do some market research on your industry. So we're looking at the Pilates industry or the yoga industry, whatever we're in, we need to perform market research, and it would be beneficial to also create a SWOT analysis to identify some of the insights for this section, for the market research that you're actually doing in the industry. So it's really important to create this particular research, to do this analysis, to get an idea of who you're going to be targeting. Next is going to be your competitive landscape. So how are we going to determine our competitive advantage? Okay, now speaking of market share, you'll need to create a section that shares details on who the top competitors are. So after all, your customers are likely to have more than one provider to choose from. So there might be more Pilates teachers in your area or more yoga teachers. Yeah, so you need to determine who your competitors are, and you want to understand exactly why they might choose one over the other, why the customer might choose one competitor over the other. So performing a competitive analysis is going to help you uncover the industry trends that other studios may not be utilizing. So is there something that other studios are not actually taking advantage of? The strengths in your competition that may be obstacles to handle for you. So it could be something that your competitor has that's got a bigger advantage. It could be location, for example. Maybe they are located in a much better position than you. Yeah. Any weaknesses in your competition that may actually help you develop selling points. So taking location again, it could be that your competitor has got a very weak location and maybe terrible parking facilities. And then you might look at having your own strengths over whatever weaknesses they have, whatever weaknesses your competitor has. And then the unique proposition you bring to the market that may resonate with customers. So essentially, what is going to be your unique selling point? Yeah, what is your unique selling point? Now moving on to target audience. So this is going to be the next section number 4 of your marketing plan, and that's going to be target audience. So this section is going to describe who your target customer segments are in detail, who essentially your niche market is going to be. What is the demographic and psychographic information of your target audience? This is where you need to look at your niche market. So if your immediate answer to this is going to be everybody, you really need to dig deeper. Okay, so let's have a look and ask ourselves, what demographics will most likely take your sessions? Okay, so if you are looking at the aging population, do you have that target demographic in your area where you want to serve? If you are looking at serving this demographic online, then you need to use your marketing strategies to target this particular demographic by using specific marketing strategies according to what
this demographic does online. So where do they hang about? Where do they meet? You need to be where they are, right? Now, the other thing is, what are the psychographics of this audience? I've just mentioned this before. So this means, what are their desires? What are their triggering events, etc.? So, you know, if you think about, let's go back to the older generation, the aging population, then you need to look at what hobbies that they have and where would you find them? What kind of activities are this aging population doing? And what issues do they actually come up with? Is it because maybe they're wanting to deal with bone health, osteoporosis? And what kind of issues are they really triggering to be able to take your services? And why are your sessions valuable to them? Going back to that bone health issue, then yes, building bone strength through Pilates, or creating more flexibility through yoga, etc., etc. Yeah, so it can be helpful to build a buyer persona to get in the mindset of your ideal customers and be crystal clear on why you're targeting them. This is a huge marketing thing. We go through this when I'm working with private clients. We go through this, and we really nitpick on this. We really go through this and break it to the bone, because essentially, once we get this, then most of our work is done. All right, so the next big thing is going to be the marketing strategy. So here you're going to discuss how you acquire new customers with your marketing strategy. You might consider including information on brand positioning, vision, and how you'll cultivate it, goal targets you aim to achieve, metrics used to measure success, channels and distribution tactics used. Yeah, so what this means is, again, we're going back to the aging population. We're looking at our older people, and we're wanting to see how we're going to market to them. Now, do these guys hang about on Facebook? Do they hang about on Instagram? Do they not look at social media at all? Do they go on LinkedIn? What kind of networks can you get into to be able to get into their group, to get into their network? You really have to find out exactly where they are, so then you can adapt your marketing strategies accordingly. So, and it's very important to be able to measure your marketing metrics. So you want to understand that if you are sending out emails, or if you are sending out messages, are you actually recording on how many messages or how many emails are actually turning into a real client? So this is all part of the marketing strategy. Yeah. Now it can help to already have a marketing plan built out to help you inform this component of your business plan. Next thing is going to be your featured advantages and benefits. Now, essentially, this is your key features and benefits of your business. Now, at some point in the business plan, you need to review the key features and benefits of your sessions or your services. And laying these out can give readers an idea of how you're positioning yourself in the market and the messaging you're likely to use. It can even help them gain better insight into your business model. Looking into the next part of your marketing plan, which is going to be pricing and revenue. This is where you'll discuss your cost structure and various revenue streams. Your pricing strategy must be solid enough to turn a profit while staying competitive in the industry. So for this reason, you might want to outline identifying your cost structure and various revenue streams. The pricing strategy must be solid enough to turn a profit while staying competitive in the industry. Then in that case, you might need to outline the specific price breakdowns per type of session. So we're looking at perhaps group breakdowns, how you're going to set up the prices for your group sessions, for your duets and one-to-ones. and details on why your pricing is higher or lower than your competition. Why customers would be willing to pay more if your pricing is actually higher, and how you're able to offer your sessions at a lower cost if your session prices are going to be lower. You're also going to identify when you expect to break even, what margins you expect, etc., etc. Pricing strategies are very important, because then you'll be able to determine, eventually you'll be able to determine your profitability. Moving on from that, that's actually now the next thing, and that's going to be your financials, your financial plan. So this section is particularly informative for investors and other interested parties to determine any funding strategies, investment opportunities, and other growth possibilities. Now, I am an ex-accountant, so I also know that there are three main things that are super important to place into your financial plan. Now, good to know that Forbes.com also agrees with me, and they would want you to include the three main things, and that is the profit and loss statement. So this is going to answer the question of whether your business is actually currently profitable. Your cash flow statement. So this details exactly how much cash is incoming and outgoing to provide insight on how much cash your business has on hand. Cash flow statement is very different to the profit and loss statement. Okay. Then the next thing is going to be your balance sheet. So the balance sheet outlines the assets, liabilities, and equity, which gives insight into how much your business is worth. Generally, the profit and loss statement and the cash flow statement would run for a particular time. So let's say, for example, for one particular month, right? Whereas the balance sheet is taken at a particular point in time. There, you need your accountant's help to help you with that. But as I said, because I'm an ex-accountant and I have got many contacts for accountants in the wellness industry, I'm able to really go through these particular financial documents into a lot of detail with all my private clients. Now, while some business plans might include more or less information, these are the key details you'll want to include. Keep in mind that each of these sections will be formatted differently. So some may be in paragraph format, while others will be in charts and financial records.
Now, as I explained in the video, I have a little gift for you. That's for watching the video through to the end. I have a free template for business plan template for a wellness business, and that's going to be relevant to Pilates studios, yoga studios, osteopathic practitioners, massage therapists, physiotherapists. All people in the wellness industry would benefit from having a template, having a business plan like this. So that's downloadable for you, free for you to use and to be able to create this life of your dreams by setting strategies and making sure that you follow through a plan. The other thing is, if you are interested to work with me privately to see how I can help you create the life of your dreams by helping you with your personal plans and your business plan, to figure out how we can help you detach yourself from your business, but at the same time making more money, do reach out to me. I'm going to create a link below as well, so you can schedule yourself an appointment, a free coaching session with me, and then you'll be able to identify how we can work together. If it doesn't work out, that's absolutely no problem. It's free, you've got nothing to lose. Schedule an appointment by hitting the link below. If you did like the video, hit the like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a video online. Remember, by hitting like and subscribe, you are going to change the algorithm for YouTube, and YouTube is going to share the video to more people in the same boat as you. Thank you so much for watching. Until my next video, goodbye guys.